Dumplings, it's Dave Decide. Today I want to get into a hickey that armies are noticing on Jungkook more and more, and some of these theories as to what people believe it is and who's given it. I also want to get into Jungkook and Jimin's hot body trending. So hater or not, make sure you're subscribed with the notification bell on, grab your dumpling, teaspoon mug merch, and let's get into it. The first thing that we need to discuss is Jungkook and some recent photos and clips trending. This one is a bit weird to talk about, but it's very interesting to see how these things trend and kind of have a life of their own. There's no real takeaway from this story, it's just a fun one. Since the concert, the Las Vegas concert, have come to an end, the clips and footages of the performance are kind of having their moment, and I think people are mostly just reviewing everything they took and posting some of the highlights. You know, like when you go to an awesome event or something life-changing and kind of look over every photo and video and you kind of want to relive it. I thought I was the only one that did that, but I guess that's what photos and videos are for. Jungkook was getting a bit, let's say, very comfortable on stage during the concert. He wasn't shy about getting shirtless or lifting his shirt, and I can imagine him just wanting to do this so much more back in Korea, but it can be seen as indecent over there. I mean, when you're Jungkook and you spend hours and hours of your day working out and dieting and doing all the things he does, you want to show off your results, something he may feel more restricted and unable to do back home. But in Vegas, who cares? Get naked, fling your underwear around, get married, murder someone, do all of that, and none of it counts because it's Vegas. There are no consequences. Jimin is also someone who has worked very hard to maintain his weight and to have a good body. This is something the boys do not hide and they often talk about. Unfortunately, not eating sometimes. So yes, if you sacrifice this much to look good, then show it off. But just a side note, I don't think it's worth it to have abs but not eat. Like, I'd rather eat. And a defining feature for people is not abs. As a celebrity, it looks nice to have abs, but as a day-to-day person, it's not possible because you don't have time to hang around the gym all day. It's not your job, but it is the celebrity's job. And the average person isn't looking for a partner with abs. Like, we all know that the person we're probably going to date may not have abs. And if you want a partner with abs, then you should also get abs yourself, because those people are probably looking to be with another fitness junkie. Anywho, back to the concert. One of the things hawk-eyed armies caught and trended was Jungkook and Jimin's V-line. So this is the part of the body where if you go to the gym and you work out, you'll see right by the hip, and there's a line pointing straight down to the crotch. Both Jimin and Jungkook, when they lifted their shirts during the performances, had a pretty prominent one, and this one caused ARMY to freak out and really make some noise online. It's not like we armies didn't know that it existed, as we know that the boys have abs, but you don't really know unless you see it, or at least you don't know how you'll react until it happens. But in this case, the reaction was death. Pretty much everyone died. When I woke up this morning and did my daily searches for the members, Jungkook's V-line was on the top trending, and thousands of people tweeting this just in the last hour. And this, of course, tells me that there is a lot of footage of this and that people are not taking it well. Let's say that. Are y'all okay? Are y'all doing okay? The boys will stop at nothing to murder us all. Can you believe the audacity? Maybe Big Hit or Korea had the right idea to not let the boys show their abs. I am starting to see their vision and mindset. I'm of course joking. And I commend the boys for their self-discipline and ability to maintain abs. But abs weren't the only thing about Jungkook that was being talked about this morning. Jungkook's neck was also being talked about and going viral. So what about Jungkook's sexy neck is everyone talking about? Did the neck get more sexy than yesterday's neck? Is this even possible? Well, apparently yeah, kind of. Some recent photos of Jungkook having a bruise on his neck were seen. Now there's two types of bruises you can get on the neck, which is an actual injury where you get punched or maybe even flicked and then a bruise appears, or a hickey. So keep in mind it can be either or, but there's a lot of rumors and theories that it was done by Jimin. Why Jimin specifically? Well, there was a clip where Jungkook was backstage or at rehearsal, which is also kind of considered backstage because it's not live yet and they're still prepping. But the camera person, I guess, asked Jungkook what the bruise was on his neck, and Jungkook said that he and Jimin, and maybe the other members were there too, they got a little drunk and Jimin decided to bite Jungkook's neck. And I mean, they are obviously really good friends, so sometimes your close friends may leave a little gifts on your neck. I wish I had good friends like that. This was later posted, I believe, on HYBE or BTS's YouTube account, and was definitely a big deal because armies were like, Jungkook actually admitted to something that sounds a lot like a hickey. And I mean, typically if you just bit someone, I believe the only way to make a mark is if you bite hard enough to draw blood. I've never seen a bite turn into a bruise. I feel like it has to be a hickey, to which begs the question, why? Of course, we don't know what happened behind the scenes. This is all just speculation, but it's very funny to think about. There's other moments that are more recent where we see Jungkook walking about either at a concert or paparazzi footage where people notice some hickey or bruising business as well. I mean, I would personally hope it's a hickey as opposed to Jungkook getting tiny punches in the neck. Maybe it's a tiny man standing on Jungkook's shoulder, boxing Jungkook's neck, and then bruises. But anyway, there were so many theories as to what this was, and most people were very happy, excited, and joking about it, of course, because whatever the boys may or may not do in their free time is totally up to them, and we can only speculate, but we can't say for sure or anything like that. Obviously, these moments aren't happening on camera or live in front of a concert, so as I said, we don't know what's happening. And behind the scenes, sometimes these quote-unquote hickey moments could just be not that type of thing, right? There were moments in the past that some armies pieced together that freaked people out. What armies like to do is they'll see something kind of provoking, let's say, that the boys do, and then piece together with other things and just make something really crazy and like a crazy theory that is hilarious but also makes you sweat. For example, one person mentioned that Taeyang had spoken about not being able to post photos on Weverse from his phone because a lot of them were photos of him not dressed, and other BTS members too. So possibly shirtless pictures. So then the theories became, well, if the boys enjoy being naked all the time in their private time, then that hickey that Jimin allegedly gave Jungkook, was it when they were both shirtless? And of course, this is something that will keep me up at night. And now I've shared it with you, so you can all be kept up all night. Enjoy that thought. Enjoy never sleeping again. But joking aside, what do you think? Do you believe that Jungkook is getting hickeys from Jimin? Do you think the members are doing these crazy things behind the scenes? And do you think that they're shirtless backstage giving hickeys? Some people claim that they believe Jimin and Jungkook are gay together and dating. This theory has been around for such a long time, and I've said this before. I don't know, and I don't know if I would care that much if they were dating. They will likely come out and talk about it one day if they decide to take the next relationship level and get married or whatever. I mean, it'll be hard to hide a very public marriage certificate if they decide to get married. Again, this is all speculation and nothing is confirmed unless they say so themselves. But it's always interesting to hear what the members may or may not be doing in their spare time, and I'm just happy if they're happy. I don't care what they do. I told you this video was kind of pointless. I mean, it's just a weird story, but we do get a little weird on this channel and even weird on Patreon if you want to watch cute BTS moments with me, the link down below. I remember when the video came out when Jungkook talked about Jimin biting his neck, the video ended up trending on Twitter and people were freaking out about it. Could have literally just been a bite and no hickey. However, the fandom seemed to come up with the conclusion that it was a hickey, and a lot of people believe that it wouldn't have been bruised that way unless it was a hickey. But also, I find it funny that the makeup artist did Jungkook's makeup. I mean, he looks amazing, but didn't bother to cover up the neck. The makeup artist was like, the world gotta see this. And maybe it was covered up, which is why it appeared like a bruise, but more like purple shade, when in reality, it could have been a red and more like a bite-like thing. So as you can see, we never know what's happening behind the scenes and what is weird or not so weird thing that may be going on. However, someone biting your neck is quite weird. I don't care how long you've known each other, but I like that our boys are not afraid to get a little weird. I wish the boys the best as always and hope that whatever they are doing now, which is hopefully resting after the concert, I'm hoping that they are doing more fun and weird stuff together, and I can't wait to see and hear about it very soon. Let me know what you think. Check out my Patreon for more videos, link down below. I think it's this lovely comment right here. Love you. Bye.